Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Everyone, welcome to Quran and Tajweed with Sarman Academy Lesson 2. So this one is based on, we're going to continue from where we left off last time on the last video. If you've missed that, just in case, you can see and check it out on the description below to see what we have been up to in the past, the first lesson. So here's where we at this point. The last time we stopped at the alphabet and a little bit of description of other parts of the Alif and the Madda, and you can see it in the description below. The video is linked there. So now we're gonna talk about today. Lesson 2 begins Alif Maddi right here. This is a typical Alif, but it has that little thing on top of it is called Maddi. Alif Maddi. When you see an Alif like this with this symbol on top, you know automatically that it's Alif Maddi. It can be connected to other letters on its right. So this is the Alif Maddi, and this is what it looks like. And these are other letters that we should keep in mind. We should know about Hamza. Hamza right here, it looks like this. It could be on an Alif. It could be on an Alif like this one, or sometimes it could be on a Waw like this one, or sometime in the middle, yeah, like this one when it's connected to something else on its right. So you can see it in different ways, but we'll get to that advanced level soon, inshallah. Let's get down this part first. And here's the last one, Lam Alif. This is actually basically lam with an alif attached to it, so that's why it's called Lam Alif. Sometimes it looks like this, like that. Sometimes it could look like this. I made a mistake there. Let's see. It could look like this. It depends. So most of the time it looks like this. So there's that. So Alif Maddi, Hamza, Lam Alif. So our next slide is explaining al-huruf al-mutaharrika, al-harakat. Harakat simply means the fatha, dhamma, kasra that we discussed earlier in the other video, in the first video in lesson 1. So these are just the letters. It means letters with vowels. And letters with vowels, so just to remind you of the vowels, these are, the first one is fatha, kasra, dhamma. Right? So we already discussed this. We're not going to get into details. You can check it out in the other video. But we going to talk about letters with vowels. We're just going to use an example like the Alif and the Hamza we talked about earlier. That this is a combination of a great example here and right here. E, U. So the symbols look like this: fatha on the top of a letter, kasra on the bottom of a letter, dhamma on top of a letter, right? So we can use Alif as an example and just throw in the Hamza there to kind of make it the last description a lot easier. So right here, when you put fatha on it, kasra, e, and dhamma, u. So you can see here, Alif with Hamza, fatha, Alif, e, kasra, e. Alif, dhamma, u. Right? E, u. So these are example of letters with harakat right here, or letters that with harakat, al-huruf al-mutaharrika. And these are examples. We already used the e, u here, as you can see, as an example, previous example. These are randomly picked huruf al-mutaharrika together here. This one right here, ha, he, who. Ha could look like this or like this, either way. Most of the time you see it looking like this, it's in the end of a word. And when it's in the middle of a word, it looks like this. I will put a chart up in the coming up videos later to explain how any of these letters look like when they are connected in the middle or the beginning or at the end, and so on. So let's just read few of this. A, I, U, Ha, Hi, Hu, Ra, Ri, Ru, Kha, Khi, Hu, Fa, Fi, Fu, Ka, Ki, Ku, and so on. So this is just how it sounds like the vowels, the A, I, U sound, and how they would sound on any letter here. You're just going to say the letter and also and apply the vowel on it, and that will give you the sound. So the vowels, the short vowels, always give you, we talked about it in the first video, always give you the sound of a word or a letter when it has on it. So if you speak English only, usually or similar languages to English, usually saying a, I, u, or the letter ha or gha, ghain right here, or the kha, maybe the qaf, might be difficult for you to pronounce at the beginning, but it's best to pronounce it and listen to it. And just, I did read the alphabet in the first video. If you just want to repeat that one and listen carefully, you should be able to get it down in your tongue, on your tongue easier. And we'll also talk about in the next video where the letters come out of in your from your body. So inshallah rahman. So to say this, some people it might be harder for to distinguish between the qaf here, the qaf, and the kaf. This is kaf and this is qaf. They sound similar but not the same, and they come out of totally different parts of the mouth and the throat. So we'll discuss that in the next video, and we'll talk about makharij al-huruf, and the tajweed is coming up. Look out for it, inshallah. So just things like this. Just giving you a heads up, but go ahead and practice and read. And this is al-huruf al-munawwana tanween. So this is definition right here. You can read it yourself. The letters with double vowels. We talked about double vowels in general earlier in the first video, but this one we're going to talk about this and show you letters with tanween. It has a noon sound. We talked about it earlier. It has a noon sound, but the noon, the actual letter noon, is not visible. It's just the sound, and that's what the tanween means. So when you, the first symbol looks like this, the fathatain an, in, un, fathatain, kasratain, dhammatain. That means two fathas, two kasras, two dhammas. So just as a reminder, we're just gonna put this. So we keep it in mind. Fathatain, kasratain, and dhammatain. It just means the fatha, kasra, dhamma, double. Tain means two. It implies, pertains to two. So just to give you an example, we're going to use the ba this time, right? Ba, bi, and bu. So fatha, kasra, dhamma, it won't look like this. So we're using the tanween now. So double vowel, remember? Fathatain. Ban. So when it has alif attached to it, has the alif attached to it here because to give it the sound of an, right? The fathatain. And then right here, dammatain, kasratain, sorry, and dammatain right here. So fathatain, two fathas right here, which gives us the tanween, noon sound. You can pay attention to that and look at it. And the letter noon looks like this. It's an actual alphabet letter, but Don't worry about it when you read this, because you're not supposed to see the noon. It's just the sound of it. So this is about with tanween fathatain, two double letters here, double vowels here, sorry. Bun. So bun, you can see the n sound, but there's no noon, but it's there. So that's what the tanween means. Bun, silent noon. That's what it is. Bin, bun. So you can always see the anywhere, no matter where you're reading in the Quran, if you're stopping at it, and it has the nah sound. It's always noon, tanween. It's not visible. It's just not. It just means it's not there, but it's sound. The sound is there. And here are some basic random letters picked for tanween. We already used the bun, bin, bun. So the bun, bin, bun, the na sound we explained already. So these are just some words, like you can see one, win, mun, fan, fin, fun, fan, fin, thun, then, vin, thun. This is also a great way to practice your pronunciation. So it's great to go through it, the difference between the alif sound and the a sound here and the hamza, they sound similar, but they look different. So it's like a, I, u here. And if you had an actual alif, it will also have a, I, u. So look out for that one. And just to practice the tanween here, the n sound at the end. And bun, bin, bun, tan, tin, tun, just pay attention to that. And this is just to give you an idea of what the letters sound like and what the tanween sounds like on different letters. Okay, and this part is actually, these are letters from the same family. Same family letters usually just mean they look the same, like family members look kind of alike sometimes, even if they don't sound alike. Right here is the same concept. So dal and dal look alike. Ignore the comma. These are just commas. Dal and dal, same family. Ra, za, same family. Sin, shin, sad, dot, ain, ghain, fa, qaf, ta, la. So they look the same. Basically means the same family, looking same. But you should always pay attention to the sound of it. They sound different, although they look alike. Like dal, dal, they look slightly different, and these look ra and zay look different, like very different. These were closer. Sin, sheen, sad, dot, ain, ghain, fa, qaf, ta, la. So these are the letters we're talking about when we talk about same family. They're not all same family, just 2 by 2 here. Any of them that look alike, same family. That's what it just looks like, just to make it a little fun reminder to remember them. And these are the 6 letters that will not connect on their left. Alif, typical alif, alif hamza, either way, you can't connect them anything on their left. Dal right here, dal, ra, za, and waw. And let me just give you a quick example of this. So we just use the one random letter here, dal, right? So we're going to use yad, right? Yad. Okay. Yad means like a hand, but it just means, okay. So yeah, so yad, there's ya connected to del. So del right here, when it's connected, again, we will talk about in the future videos, how they change their appearance when they are connected to things. Sometimes they look the same, sometimes they'll change their appearance. So like this one right here, the del doesn't look exactly like this, but it's similar. So it's like this. So yad, so we can add yad right here. So del, yeah, dal. So this means we can't connect anything after, like here on its left. but it can connect anything on the right, like anywhere from this side, but cannot connect on this side. So all 6 of these, all 7 of these, well, these are same, so all 6 of this, wait, 1 2 3 4 5 6, all of these cannot connect on their left. It's important to know. We will learn more about it once we get to the connecting letters, and we will do a lot of those so we're comfortable reading together and we get to the